And by the way, the biggest issue I have with all of this is we can say, okay, Chalobah's not that good. Cool. Then who are we getting for centre back? Because none of the other options are good as well. And the reason why I take Chalobah back is because he's better than the other options out there. Like, I don't really think there's much difference between him and Gay outside the fact that Gay's got the leadership thing. They're both terrible in the air. Like, they both primarily have played in a back three in their careers in terms of at the top level. So, like, they're both kind of the same.
Do you guys want me to talk about the other topics? You want me to bring them up?
Bro, they all stink. All the other
I think the problem that we've got here, and I think me and Surf have discussed this like previously, is that if you look at the current CB market in itself,
shit.
It's like you got a lot of potential. So let me make my camera so you can see me. So on one section, you got a lot of potential, guys that are very raw talent. Example, like I think a good example of this. Look at Man City right now. Look at Man City right now, right? You got Kusanov, right? For example, getting brought for 50 million euros. Kusanov has been brought for 50, bro. That's actually mad, bro. Yeah, and the thing for me is that, this guy's not ready yet, bro. He's very raw right now in Liga. If you watch him, bro, and this is me saying that. Liga and fanboy is saying to you, he's too raw. He's not ready. Yeah, they're going for Victor.
We discussed this backstage. We discussed this backstage before we went live. Like Lawrence are actively trying to push him out. They're actively trying to get rid of him because they know that they can get a boatload for him right now. Exactly. Instead of waiting a year or two, they're trying to get rid of him. They're trying to offer him out.
And you look at obviously the other guy they're going for, Victor Reese, another guy that's up and coming talent. 18 years old, bro, and they're about to spend 40 M's in him. Like, I'm just giving you an example. Like, that's how bad right now the market for CBs is, right? That's one section. The other section is the elites of the elites. Problem with the elites of the elites is you're gonna have to spend well over 90 to 100 million for them, or they're basically in contracts or at places where they're already content doing what they want to do. And then there's this section in the market where you've got guys that are like needy, but the problem is they have known frailties and known stuff that, you know, you're just gonna have to accept and basically be like, we're gonna have to take those things with, basically.
To be fair, Vic, and Vaster retort, Chalobah was offered a deal from Nottingham Forest, so he did have a chance to go to Forest. Yeah. And Tuchel too was another one, but it was a loan issue, and we didn't have enough loans.
Yeah, I don't think we wanted to loan him initially. Like at a time when
we were trying to sell him, bro. We were trying to get the pure profit.
We didn't want to loan. The loan only happened because we couldn't sell him.
Exactly, bro.
Since we're on the topic of CBs, I might as well bring in the other CBs that we were linked to that I have here. If I'm missing one, by all means, let me know, guys, and I'll go find it. But,
sorry, while you're doing this, Marshall, I just looked at this Victor Reese guy. He's played 18 games.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Let's hang on. Let me talk. Let's not judge, man.
No, as a Brazil guy, let me tell you what it is.
John Duran. We've not learned from our mistakes.
I'll give you comp of who he is, because I watch Brazilian Liga. He is younger Akanji. Can play as a right back. Good on the ball. Decent early, nothing amazing. That's what he is right now.
We went linked to him, so he's probably not that good. So we went linked to him. So.
All right. Let's bring in these other options that were proposed. And again, like I'm missing that player you guys are talking about, but I'll find something. Fikayo Tomori has been proposed to several clubs in England. A return to Chelsea Football Club would only be possible if Axel Disasi leaves, which we'll talk about after the segment. The most pressing club remains Juventus. He is available for 25 million euros and 30 or anywhere from 25 to 30 million euros. We have here as well from Graham Bailey. Apart from Mark Gay, Chelsea are also interested in Kusanov, as well as defensive duo Ronald Araujo and Jules Koundé. We also have here from Matt Law. Chelsea like Bournemouth center back Zabarny, but don't see a deal being done with him this month. Chelsea have also looked at Ronald Araujo, but also don't see that being done this month either. We continue on here. Bournemouth center back Dean Huijsen as well as Zabarny are being considered by Chelsea and PSG, and that's all I have in terms of like these other center back options.
The problem is,
I said.
Go ahead.
Actually, go ahead. You go first.
Yeah, listen. I'm gonna get to a little personal theory of mine, but before I get to that, if you look at all these guys, Chelsea could have got Chelsea with the elite scouting that we have allegedly got should have got this guy right here in front of us. Yeah, you know how much they bought this guy for?
Is this
Yes.
Barney?
You know,
No, this is
Hoyson.
Okay.
They brought it for 15 million, bro. Yeah,
Was that-
Chelsea's scouting for all these up and coming young players, and we didn't even go for this guy. Just deep
Bro, I
that
think
boy.
I think it was less than that. I actually think it was like 12 with add-ons.
Still feel like it was in that region. It was in the low 20s, the low 10s, right? Region that they got this guy in. Zabani, you know, again, another one that they got for us is like
23 or
23
22.
million,
I think.
right? You look at this, and so this is where sometimes I question our scouting, particularly in the centre back market, and the goalkeeper market, right?
I mean, you guys
know,
brought up in the back before we went on live, Milinkovic being what, 12 million?
12 million.
12 million. Like, I just look at some of these signs and I'm like, Chelsea, bro, I get you mean to pay a little bit of like a 5-10 million tax abroad, but like, I look at it and I'm like, why are we not doing this sort of thing? Like, where's our scouting particularly in the centre back market, bro, and like in the goalkeeper market? This is what I look at. But I look at Hoyson. Realistically, guys, he's a 50-60 M player now because we know we're gonna get taxed heavily in the Premier League. Zabani is going to be in a similar range as well, by the way, too. Yeah. So those two, at the end of the day, whether we like it or not, unless the club is willing to pay 60 M's for them, the dream's over for them. I think with the Ronald Araujo deal, I think it was just confirmed like 2 or 3 hours ago that Juventus are really close to getting that deal done with a loan with an option to buy of like 40-45 million. And I don't think the club, particularly the Reece James injuries, the Fofana injuries, and everything that means, bro, he's off the table too. Now there's another CB that Tomori. I doubt that he's going to leave. I doubt he's going to leave AC Milan.
I had a tweet for Diamonde. I don't know where it disappeared.
Let me just say this right. Let me just say this right now. How old is this guy?
19.
19.
Luke Mudway. That's a great name. If Mudway's your surname, it's a great surname. That message right there.
Yeah, no, they would. And like, I'll be real, we shouldn't have signed.
We're only praising. Sorry, Scott. We're only praising them now because we've seen them play. Yeah, we've seen them play. Yeah, there's no way these guys would have played under us right now. You do know that, right? If we bought them,
I think Zabani could have, but yeah, Houston.
They may have started without injuries, start getting game plan. But that reaction that Luke Mudway put, and Scott knows as well. Imagine that if we bought these people they don't know Scott, and some what the streams we'd be having talking about the reaction to us.
I'll be honest.
Another 19-year-old.
I know.
The thing is with Houston, like I think both of them are. I think you have to separate both of them because I think Zabani's the one where like that's the one we should have done because that's the guy that played 3 or 4 years in Ukraine. Like it wasn't a what's it called, a Mudryk thing. This guy had played like for 3 or 4 years in Ukraine before joining
exactly
Bournemouth, and he joined them at 20, 21, I think. So he's the one we could have gone. Houston is a bit different because he wasn't playing. And even now I wouldn't get him. He's started half their games this season. So he's either hasn't played or has played limited minutes until December. It was only December he started getting regular starts. To him, I still wouldn't buy. But just going back to my point quickly, and this is what I say about the Chalobah thing. Like, if Chalobah isn't the answer, fine. But if I hear people say, Chalobah's not the answer, we should get Araujo, not Ronald Thomas. Chalobah's not the answer, we should go and get Diamande. Chalobah's not the answer, we should go and buy Houston.
Diamande, stay away.
If that's what you're saying, respectfully, you need to shut up. Because like what? Why? Chalobah's better than all of them. Number one, he's more experienced. We know what he offers compared to the others. We have no idea what they're going to do in this team because it's not. We've seen, by the way, with other players, it's KDH. It's way different playing for a Leicester, a Bournemouth, a Benfica, wherever they've been bought from than Chelsea. We've seen that this season. We've seen that before. So like, there's that. If I'm not getting one of these centre backs, that Ronald Araujo thing is the first decent centre back link we've had. We're about to lose him to Juventus, which also, by the way, means Disasi is not being sold to Juventus. Fantastic news.
Today already. Got confirmed
already. That's fantastic news. Yeah. Great, wonderful, brilliant.
That's sarcasm, people.
Yeah. Like our centre back targets are shit. Like outside of Gehi, which is like Gehi of the ones we could sign, Gehi's the best option.
Yeah, it's the only
because he feels the most. He feels the most. He doesn't fix everything in terms of issues on our back line. He fixes the most. Like
the only one the only one that starts.
Yeah, he starts. Exactly. And outside of the heading, he fixes every other issue we have.
I'm not interested in anyone else. I'm looking for a starting. I'm looking for a starting centre back. You're only starting.
The only other one I'd consider, and again, it'd have to be for the right price, is Zabani. But outside of that, Houston, no. Araujo, Thomas, that is, no. What's his name? Diamande, no. And I think there was one other. There was a list of 6.
Bro,
what was that
the
other
theory.
one, the French one, Ahmed? The starts with an L. Lukeba?
Lukeba.
No, it wasn't him.
No,
There was a
no,
list of 6 that was given by Simon
okay.
Johnson. It was Gehi. It was Gehi, Araujo.
Oh, let's see if I can find it.
The two Bournemouth ones. And then Houston as well. Absolutely not. So, yeah.
Yeah. The thing is, guys, I have a theory of mine that all these centre back stuff we keep on hearing about, we're not gonna go after at all. You know, there's someone they're going after, and I don't know who it is right now, but I don't. Whoever it's gonna be, I doesn't think it's anymore because like I don't think any of the guys that have been mentioned are the ones they're going for. But maybe that's just me. But like maybe that guy that you were saying, Surf out. What's that? The Valencia one?
Mosquera.
No,
but he's not. But he's not. For me, he wouldn't start.
No, I get what you mean, but like that's what I'm saying. Like, I really feel like I genuinely feel like the person they're going for is a lot more quieter. Like
the one that I don't understand.
Look at Mosquera though, but I'd be like, I don't, because I've only really seen him a couple of times play for Valencia.
I know what you mean, yeah.
I'd go, well, there's no point. You might as well bring Chalobah back. There's no point going for someone like Mosquera right now. If you you got Chalobah, just bring him back for a squad and buy Gerhi. You know what I mean?
The one I don't understand we're not looking at. We've kind of looked at him tentatively, but it's not really been proper links. And I know Spurs are looking at him. And I know he did sign a new contract this season. But the one I'm surprised we've not been linked with yet is Bissek. Like, he fits just everything. We played against him.
Tax, bro, literally.
No, but we played him. He dominated us in pre-season. He's tall. He's 6'5". He's one of their best centre. Like, there's an argument he's their best centre back. He is a leader. Like, he's in the age bracket, but he's on the older side of the age bracket. I think he's 24. Like, he just fits.
I wonder if
if you're spending 60 mil on Gehi, like, you tell me you can't get 60 mil for Bissek?
I wonder if they got concerns whether we can play in a back four.
The back four thing is weird to me though, because
I know, but we see it sometimes, don't we?
But we never really play in a back four. Like, even when we defend, most of the times we're defending in transition. So we defend in the free. I don't know.
I mean, how is he in terms of movement wise?
Oh, he's quick.
Yeah. No, I mean pace. I just mean general.
He seems like he's got some level of agility. Like, he doesn't, even though he's quite big, he doesn't move like a truck. Like, he doesn't move like this assassin.
Okay. Yeah. There's no one that moves like this.
Here's the thing. I like Gehi, but when I saw reports about very light reports on a certain player on the attacking side that we're very lightly linked with for the same price tag, I'd rather have to recall Chalobah and get that guy. I know we'll talk about him later. You all know who I'm alluding to. But if we're paying 70 million, I'd rather get that guy in the forward line and call Chalobah if I'm spending 70 million.
I mean, with me, this is the thing that doesn't really make sense to me. Because I agree with everything that Surfer said in regards to Chalobah. Like, I do not think he's a solution. I think he's just a Band-Aid for the issue. But what doesn't make sense to me is in the summer, when we were looking we knew Maresca, when we knew Maresca was going to be the head coach and we knew his style of play, we obviously have players at the club that we're not willing to budge on, that we could get pure profit on, but we don't want to budge. Levi Colwell being one, Reese being another one. And now you're looking at Acheampong. I don't think Acheampong is going to get sold. Like, there's talent that, you know, as much as people want to believe that we're pure profit FC, it's just not the case. But what I don't understand is when you're team building, how does Chalobah not necessarily fit into your plans? Because Chalobah, I know there's the money portion of it, but we weren't getting that much money for him. We were surprised at the asking price that Chelsea were asking for him. Remember? It was like only 40 something. But real quick, let me just land my point, because with Chalobah, what doesn't make sense to me is that if you're looking for players that can invert into the midfield, not to say Chalobah can do this like at an incredible level, but he has experience at Lorient playing in DM. Like he has experience playing at right back and putting in a shift. He's better at wide spaces than Disasi. I'll 100% admit that. That is a player that you could potentially transition into that. Like, where's the planning? That's what baffles me and makes this whole recruitment thing very, very confusing. Very confusing.
The thing is, whether it's the recruitment or Chalobah or something, I don't want to go back to what CP said about I'd rather bring Chalobah back and spend 2 million on a striker. I don't know why we don't do both in terms of this. You're gonna get, if you want Champions League, you can legitimately go, we can spend more because we're aiming to get the Champions League, we're going to get that money. We're going to Club World Cup, we're going to get that money. Just 60 million just mentoring. Do you know what I mean? If you want to secure top 4, get the targets that you need. Do you know what I mean? That's what you need. You want top 4, get the targets to secure them. Then you can talk about spending and offloading during the summer. So if a striker deal comes up and a defender deal comes up, do it. Or else, like I said, you're still going to be come February 1st in some type of top 4 battle, which I don't want. Do you know what I mean? So no, I'd rather spend the dosh right now and then worry about it later. You know what I mean? Once if you secure top 4 football, you probably secure the Champions League and whatever kit sponsor. If that rumored urban legend Jordan kit things happening and that extra dosh coming in. Do you know what I mean? It's
Well, I guess especially if we have the 20% sell-on clause for Gehi, and then we might be willing to loan him or sell Chalobah.
I don't know if they want Chalobah, why don't you just send him on another loan for a season?
Yeah, even if they call him for another loan, let's say we get 5 million, or even if we sell him for pure profit, even for as low as 20 million, so we get 20 million, we get 14 million back if we get Gehi. If we buy him for 70 million, we get 14 million back from the buy-on, plus another 20. So we're basically getting 35 million back. So we're basically paying 35 after that for the player. Right? If you're talking about this whole accounting bullshit.
Well, that's the way to work the buy. That's why you're seeing the valuations are lower than what he was going to be, what they wanted from Newcastle. The reason I wanted 60, 70 million from Newcastle was because of the 20% sell-on clause. Or else he probably would go for about 55.
Even if it gets as ridiculous as 70 million, I know we're getting 20% back. And I know they'll have to replace him with Chalobah.
Right, but we're gonna get that off anyway. So
that's what I'm saying. We're getting lots of money off anyways. So I don't care if it goes up to 70 million because we're basically paying 35 million.
Yeah. If they didn't have the sell-on clause, he probably would go for. Probably Newcastle would have signed him for about 50, 55 million. For being honest, it's the only reason. It's the same.
I would go for him and the attacking player that we're linked with. Fuck it. I agree with Surfer even more after thinking about it.
Yeah, I just especially if that's the price. I mean, if that's the price, you're looking at 60 the attacking. Well, we'll talk about attacking play a bit later. But what I'm saying is, if you want them, get it done now. Do you know what I mean? Yep. I don't. It's differing. You know what I mean? Because if you don't get them done, then you're leaving yourself really open for a potential not finishing in the top 4. And don't think that it might be top 5. Don't risk it. That's what I'm saying. Do not risk it.
I'm gonna be honest. I think with a lot of the stuff for Chelsea, I wouldn't be surprised if tomorrow we start getting a bit more of a clearer picture about who we're going for at centre back, or if we start making deals happen. Because obviously, then our next nearest EPL game is Bournemouth, which is come of a big game. Obviously, I don't think the person we buy is going to be ready for us right now, but like
he definitely won't be.
You won't be, but like I think at the very least, the speeding up of deals and stuff like that's going to start happening a lot sooner.
Yeah, I agree.
No, but I just think we need, if we're going to do deals, especially like the key positions, we need to be doing it now. Look at what City are doing. Like City got 1 million for Marmoush. They went, no, we want 80, and City are going, cool. Like Fabrizio reported today that they literally agreed. Like it's been reported that they gave a verbal agreement that we're going to pay the 80 mil.
Yep.
And they're linked with Kusanov. They're about to go and get Reece. Regardless of whether I think they're good players, they're doing business early. So they're not fucking about. So these guys are ready here and in. This is why I don't think we're doing the recalling thing. Because why would you wait 9 days?
Yeah, exactly.
Why are we waiting?
Yeah.
Like
I think for me,
did this before, by the way, they've done this in every January window, as far as I can remember. They did this when they first came in. I don't remember if they did this last year. I feel like they did. But like, why? Why are we waiting?
I don't.
Mhm.
This whole like it seems that they love negotiating.
Yeah,
I mean,
Yeah, for some reason,
they
yeah.
love the
One
art
thing-
of the game.
One thing
Bro,
I
they
will
love
say,
business.
They're addicted
That's
to
what I've
gambling.
realized. They
Almost.
love
Like, it's a
business.
gambling addiction.
I'm praying,
The thrill
yeah,
of the
for my Chelsea.
get
I'm
the
praying
deal.
from a Chelsea perspective with just keeping stuff hush hush. And the
Mhm.
player we're getting that's on the hush hush
Yeah.
defensively is good because that's what I'm praying for because if they're doing the deal hush hush here and then like we find out in the next few days like
I'm not gonna lie
it's
though,
someone
man.
that's like
Does
trash,
make me
bro.
nervous.
Yeah,
It does make
Like,
me nervous. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro.
that'll
It
probably
does
be
make me
I'll
severely